Good morning. Today I have created the percussion instrument tier list, and we are going to be ranking and rating all of the percussion instruments. So you should already know that percussionists have to play 100 different instruments for 4.20 hours a day each. However, there are not 100 percussion instruments in this list, because that's a lot. So I narrowed it down to the top 69, and we are going to place these strategically onto the board and determine which one is the hardest and which ones are the easiest. Because some of these instruments, they take, years and years of practice and training to get good at them. And then there's other ones that are just really, really easy to figure out. So the first instrument we are going to place on the chart is gonna be the triangle. Number 1. Yeah, I want the triangle to be number 1 for at least a few seconds here. Because Two Set Violin keeps disrespecting the triangle. They made this freaking contraption. I mean, 69 triangles is pretty epic, but they could have done so much better stuff with this. So yeah, putting the sticky tape on triangles is gonna make it sound, well, like this. At least with the PewDiePie tambourine tower, as long as you don't put the sticky tape on the tambourine jingles, it'll still sound like a tambourine. But if this video gets 6,900 likes, I will stack 69 of one of these instruments. So make sure that you click that like button. And compose a comment right now letting me know which instrument you want to see stacked. But speaking of tambourine, let's put that one in next, and I am gonna put that in front of triangle. Sorry, triangle, you already lost. All right, let's do the old standard instrument. Let's go with the snare drum next. That is gonna go right here. I'm just kidding. It's gonna go right here. All right, let's do a weird one next. One that is not common knowledge. Oh, the Mahler hammer. Yes, I love this picture. Yes, in the Mahler symphony, he requires you to hit a wooden box with a gigantic wooden hammer. This is going right here because it's really, really easy. Just hit a thing as hard as possible. Ooh, the octobans. Okay, these are gonna go... I'm actually gonna put these here behind the triangle. A go-go bells. Gonna go here. Ooh, bass drum. So there's a lot of different kinds of bass drums. You got the concert bass drum, which is the big guy, and usually the concert bass drum parts are pretty easy. But you also got marching bass drums, which those are insanely hard to do. Beltry is gonna go in last place right now. That is also very, very easy to play. Ah, yes, the slide whistle. This is another instrument that has been very controversial recently. Christopher Bill claims that the slide whistle is a piccolo trombone, which makes no sense at all because it's definitely not a brass instrument. Honestly, it's probably closest to like a flute, which would make it a woodwind, but I still defend that the slide whistle is a percussion instrument. I consider any kind of whistle to be adopted into the percussion family. We're the ones that have to play them in any ensemble. Composers will write the whistle parts onto the percussion staff. Okay, but the slide whistle parts are always really, really easy, like 99.9% of the time. You just have to play a glissando. It's definitely more fun than the Beltry. Not more fun than the Mahler hammer though, so it's gonna go right there. Ah, yes, the bongos. These require a good amount of technique to play. And then, oh, we got the conga. The conga is definitely harder than the bongos. There's a lot of conga techniques. That stuff is really difficult. I'm gonna put it up here at number 3. I gotta start moving things down. We're gonna have 10 instruments per category, except for the F will just have 9 because there's 69 of these. Oh, let's go with my favorite one next, the tenor drums. These are awesome. We gotta play everything that snare drummers can play, so they're gonna go in the front, because we also gotta play it while moving around the drums. All right, let's do a mallet percussion instrument next. We'll go with the glockenspiel. Every mallet percussion instrument, these are pretty tough, because you gotta, know the notes and key signatures and all that stuff. Ah, boom whackers, yes. You probably played these as a small child, but there are actual boom whacker ensembles and they're pretty legit. So for that reason, the boom whackers are going to go up here. Break drum, very epic instrument, but very, very easy to play. Cabasa, this is one that people don't realize how hard it is. It's really difficult to get the rhythms right on a cabasa. All right, let's jump around a little bit. I don't like going in order all the time. I like keeping it fresh and interesting. Ooh, let's do the whirlies. Yes, these are a percussion instrument. The song Angels in the Architecture starts out with an epic whirly solo. I played that piece in wind ensemble one year, and I remember in the concert, the one dude in our section, we got the whirly going, and he freaking clunked it on the music stand, so kind of ruined the effect. These are definitely really fun, very easy though. I'm gonna put it below the Mahler hammer. The shaker, another very underrated instrument. It is quite difficult to get rhythmic accuracy with this one. Okay, let's do marimba next. Marimba is one of the most common ones you gotta practice all the time if you're going to school for classical music. I'm gonna put it in front of the snare drum. I think marimba is tougher than snare. Gong is an awesome instrument, but very, very easy to play. You just hit it really hard with the mallet. You do have to warm it up though before playing it. Make sure you do that. And there's also playing zones on it. So for that, we're gonna put it in front of the Mahler hammer and in front of the go-go bells. Ah, the Cajon. This is basically like the traveling man's compact drum set here. Another popular one. We always need more cowbell. Oh, hi there, cowbell. Everyone, meet my lovely girlfriend, Cowbell. So yeah, of course, the cowbell is the greatest instrument that there is. It's gonna go all the way in the #1 spot. Hey, what's that over there? Cannon! Yes, this is a percussion instrument. In fact, we play that here at Marine Barracks, Washington. Alright, so the cannon with its sheer power is gonna assert itself all the way up into the top row for now. Castanets are a fun instrument, but they're quite easy. Hold on, did I not put timpani into here? Okay, there we go, I just added the timpani in. Oh man, that screws everything up. I wanted 69 instruments, now there's 70. Alright, well anyways, timpani are gonna go all the way to the top. Yes, I think they are harder than tenors. You thought I was gonna keep tenors at the top, didn't you? Well, no. The timpani are harder. Rain stick. You sound like rain being played in a stick, and you are very simple. Going in last. Similar to the rain stick is the ocean drum, which sounds like an ocean inside a drum. Wow, fancy. Vibraphone. Pretty much a marimba, but with a pedal, and the pedal is a game changer. And also, vibraphone is used a lot in jazz, and yeah, jazz is very difficult to figure out. So yeah, this is gonna be harder than marimba. Not harder than tenors, though. Tenors are really hard. Ratchet, incredibly easy. Chicken is probably the fan favorite one, but it's very, 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 very easy to play. Like, literally anyone can just pick it up and play it. Blue Cocky thinks that the chicken should be higher up. Okay, fine, I'll move you in front of the ratchet, all right? You happy? I don't think he's happy. So claves, there is a technique to playing the clave, and you also have to know your clave patterns. The cuica. This one's actually quite difficult to play. Usually it takes people a while to figure out how to get that friction on there, so we're gonna put that kinda high. Not too high though. Cymbals, there is a lot of technique to playing the cymbals, especially if you are doing marching style cymbals. There's a whole lot of stuff, and you're also gonna get like bruises. Yes, pain is a factor in this grading system, so it's gonna go... I'll put it right there. Ah, the djembe. This also requires a lot of technique to play. I don't think as much as conga. I think djembe is harder than bongos though, so we'll put it right there. Ah, the full drum kit. Yes, this one, yeah, this is definitely the hardest one. Okay, we are halfway done here. That is 35 different instruments. I am liking this order, kind of. I think the cowbell is too low. Oh, hi! Yeah, that was an error, a mistake. Yeah, see, this is going all the way to #1. Yep, you're the best. I love my cowbell so much that I'm gonna put it way over here off the screen so that I can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, I think cowbell can actually be like over here, and maybe castanets too. It looks kind of okay so far. I'll probably like adjust all this at the end, but let's keep going here. So we got the finger cymbals, which in this picture, that is not the way you want to play them. Usually you just have one of them and play it with a triangle beater. Yeah, there's a little bit of technique with that. Usually the parts are insanely simple, so we'll put it right above the chicken. Flexatone is one of the most fun ones, but it's also very easy. Actually, you'd kind of need like a good single stroke roll sorter to play it. Crystal glasses, yes, this is a percussion instrument too. Anyone who's ever been out to a fancy dinner place, if you haven't tried doing this on your wine glass, then you're not living your life. Yeah, it takes a minute to figure out, but once you do figure it out, then that's kind of all there is to it. Ah, the good old gawk block. All you marching band kids probably hate this instrument. Super articulate, very effective, but also incredibly easy to play. All you have to do is hit it with a drumstick. Ooh, the tongue drum. Yes, I recently did this in a video. The hardest part is just like finding where the notes are, because they're in like a circular pattern, not really in order. Guiro, this one actually takes quite a bit of technique, and you do need rhythmic accuracy to play this one, so we will put that right up here. Trash can. This is a percussion instrument too. If you go to any city, anywhere in the world, you'll probably see some street drummer playing on a bunch of trash cans. I guess I'll put it here, because, I mean, I guess you don't need technique to figure it out. Sure, let's go with that. Also, I'm realizing this was kind of a stupid way to do this list, because I have to keep moving all this crap all over the place. Like 90% of the suspended cymbal parts is just a roll with yarn mallets. Very easy stuff, very simple. It's gonna go... yeah, we'll go right there. Oh, we got the hi-hat, which is 2 cymbals, and you operate it with your foot. This can be very difficult. I know some of these are redundant, like the drum kit has a hi-hat, and drum kit also has snare drums, and we got tom-toms coming up too. Like I said, I picked the 69 best ones, well, 70 because I forgot the timpani. But honestly, most of these can also be played on the drum kit. Handbells actually require some technique to play, and if you've ever seen a handbell choir, these guys are legit. It's very complicated stuff. Ah, the good old kalimba. This one is also very hard to find out where the notes are. It's like in a side-to-side pattern. You can also tune this to different scales, and you might get blisters on your thumbs from playing it too much, which is why we're gonna put this all the way up here. Slapstick parts are always real easy, but this is another very fun one, so the fun factor is gonna put it up a little bit. Now you also got the whip, which this is different than the slapstick. And it sounds exactly the same as the slapstick, but it is more fun to do a whipping motion, which is why it's gonna go in front of the slapstick. Ah yes, the lion's roar. This one is a very interesting one. Oh, here's the cuica. Okay, yeah, it's gonna go in front of the cuica because lion's roar sounds cooler than cuica. Now we got the log drum. This is a fun one, but a very easy one. That's gonna go down here. Maracas. These are another one that people underestimate how hard they are. Really have to work out the technique to articulate individual strokes with these, so because of that, they're gonna go up sort of high, not that high though. Marching machine. Yes, this one is also a very fun one. Can be hard for like small children. I remember I had to play one of these in like 6th grade and it was kind of big and awkward. Yeah, the xylophone is a very tough one. Harder than the glockenspiel, not harder than the bass drum though. The wood block. Also quite easy to figure out how to play this one. I'm thinking the slide whistle is like too high up. I think it should be over here in front of the chicken. Parts are usually written very easy for the taiko drum, at least the ones that I've been exposed to. I'm sure if somebody in like a different country was making this with different experiences in music, this would probably be all kinds of different. So I do encourage anyone to make their own version of this list. That would be very interesting to see. The mark tree, usually referred to as the incorrect name. These are not wind chimes. These are what wind chimes are. This is a mark tree. Now, is the mark tree harder than the bell tree? That's the real question here. Shekere is gonna go roto toms, one of the most interesting ways to tune a drum. And of course the tom-toms, also usually associated on a drum set. There's also concert toms. Sleigh bells get you in that Christmas spirit. There is a technique to playing sleigh bells. Ah, the good old steel pan. These ones are quite complicated, anyone who's ever tried to play one. Yeah, I gotta put steel pan in front of handbells. The wind machine, this is another very fun one. I think it's a little harder than the rain stick. Thunder sheet, another very fun one to play, but another very easy one to play. Temple blocks are pretty much wood blocks, but there's like a bunch of them, so it's definitely gonna beat out the wood block. I'd put it above most of these. I think I have the cowbell too high up. All right, let me just finish putting these in and I'm gonna like make adjustments to everything. Timbalis, these can be a very, very tricky instrument. Yeah, I think I should beat out the trash can and probably the shaker and the guiro and the maracas. The waterphone, yes, this is a percussion instrument. Basically makes all the crazy horror sounds in every scary movie you've ever seen. The thing is, I've never actually played this instrument. I've only watched other people play it. Professional waterphone players, leave a comment, let me know how hard the waterphone is. Oh, then we got the water gong right here. I don't know that this is a water gong in this photo, it's just a gong chilling by the water. It's definitely gonna be harder than the gong. Where's the gong? Gong's right here. I don't think it's harder than hi-hat though, we'll put it right there. Vibraslap, this is another very fun one and another very easy one. It's gonna go over here somewhere. And then we got the tubular bells, also known as chimes. I think this might be the only one of these instruments that has a height requirement. And then we have this image here, which you've probably been wondering the whole time what it is. Yes, that is a blurred out peepee. The peepee is an instrument, go practice. But more commonly, the body. Body is a percussion instrument, all right? Just go watch Stomp. I guess this could be as difficult as you want to make it. I usually make it really difficult. Is the peepee more fun to play than the mauler hammer? That's the real question. Okay, so this is my percussion tier list of 69 plus 1 instruments, and I kinda absolutely hate this, so I'm gonna sit here in absolute silence with no background music and make adjustments.
2 hours later.
Okay, here is the updated and completed percussion list. But do you agree with this list? You probably don't, so compose a comment with what you think should be higher or lower. Hopefully this video was moderately educational and entertaining. If it was, make sure that you click that, whoops, sorry Blue Cocky. Click that subscribe button and ring that Liberty Bell and click that like button. And also consider buying a custom t-shirt such as this one. I will leave that link in the description. And have a good morning.